Good morning, everyone. Hello, hello. Welcome to my last stream before vacation. Yay! I met up with my sister and friends we are going to travel with yesterday for dinner, and the whole time we only talked about the trip, and everyone was nervous and yeah, talked about the plans we had and asked our Indian friend with whom we will be traveling and whose family we will visit. We will also go to his cousin's wedding, and so of course my sister and I have a lot of questions. And I'm very excited and also nervous, and so yeah, it's going to be fun. So I'm really looking forward to that. In the chat there already is a lot of stuff happening because James isn't watching any streams during Lent season. We have lots of different interesting personalities that show up to fill the hole that he's left. But first, Mark was first today, was the early bird, and then we have Mr. Gigolo showing up. It's the first time, actually. I remember that we were talking about James being a gigolo because he's flirting with the nurses. Yeah, a little talk about early birds and scrambled eggs. And Mr. Gigolo said that Lilith sent him, and there she is. Oh yeah, and JC is here. Yeah, how was your stream? I saw that your stream must have been around 1 a.m. my time. I think so. I think YouTube said to me yesterday that your stream will be about that time. So that's where I was already sound asleep with a full belly from dinner. Ooh. Mark, look up what party can be slang for American English. Oops. I have an idea. But yeah, the question is if you want to know, Mark. And yeah, I just thought I would tell you now that I'm really going to miss you. Oh, I will miss you guys too while you're gone, but I hope you have a wonderful vacation. Oh, yeah, I'm also already like, oh. I thought about how can I share pictures with you? For instance, you don't have an Instagram, and I think I will create, or I already created a channel on WhatsApp. I don't know, probably not even everyone is using WhatsApp, but I thought this would be a cool, when I heard that this is possible now. So with WhatsApp channels, it's like that. I can like share in WhatsApp just normal messages with those guys who follow this channel, like for instance you, if you want to, just normal stuff like pictures that I take while I'm in India. And later I thought this would be a good how do you say, a good kind of newsletter. It's not a real newsletter. I can just throw into there things that yeah, I want to share with you, like where I am reading The Great Hunt. I don't know, stuff I would usually have shared in my newsletter when I find something I feel is inspiring about writing. I don't know. I just had this thought that this would be an easier way for me to share things with you. It's definitely easier to just send a WhatsApp message than creating a whole newsletter where I bring everything together and have to make it neat and write a little bit about this. So that's my thought that I'm having now. So maybe I can share. I have to figure this out. A link with you guys. So if you want to follow this channel, there's nothing set up yet, just a channel. So, but maybe I can then share over this WhatsApp channel the pictures. But like I said, I don't even know if all of you have WhatsApp, if this is a good idea or not. So yeah, still I will share the link and then you can decide for yourself. Let's have a look at the card of today. We have the 6 of Wands and it was in reverse. So I was reading up about it and it's so funny. It kind of, the booklet kind of is in line with the card we had yesterday. Yesterday, the card said, you're very close to achieving your goal. And this booklet says that we should, yeah, how do I say it? Yeah, give yourself permission to bask in the warm glow of accomplishment. So the card wants us to realize what we have accomplished already so far and really also cherish that, not always just looking forward and I need to do this and that. You know, we always have our to-do lists, but also to take the time to look at how far you've come, what you've accomplished so far. And so to really give yourself a pat on the shoulder and maybe also share. It also says here that you should share it with your community, with your friends, to really appreciate yourself for the work you've done already or the success you have. So not just rushing through everything, also relishing the good stuff, the good moments. And it says, I'm worthy of this success and I'm grateful that I am seen. Ooh. Yeah, and because it was in reverse, it says that we probably tend to be pessimistic maybe, or like I said, we are always looking just towards the future. I'm talking mainly about myself. I am someone who's always constantly looking towards, oh, I have to do this and that, you know, and not stopping really, and saying, okay, I can relax now. I don't have to do anything. I also realized because the kids aren't here and I have a bit more time, whenever I feel like, okay, I can relax now, after a while when I haven't done anything for like 2 hours, I feel like bad, you know. I I feel like, oh, I should use the time to do something and yeah, move forward with some project. So it's really hard for me to really tell myself it's okay. Don't do anything. You can just stare somewhere or listen to some music or whatever or read. And yeah, even reading sometimes turns into a task, you know, like, oh, when I read like 30 pages a day, you know, that's what tends to happen when we have goals and we try to take steps. And so really also sometimes allowing yourself to relax or to be proud of your accomplishments and not always feel like, oh, I need to do stuff, I think a healthier way of living. Emmy is here. Good morning. Kemi is here. Yay, I'm here for the start. Yes, I will set up the first sprint now. I prepared, it's funny because we have some, for instance, Lilith here in the chat. I already prepared the Peaches timer because I thought, hey, we haven't used this one in a while. It's a fun timer. We can celebrate that I'm going on vacation. So let's sprint and watch some peaches fly or fall. Here we go. Enjoy. Okie dokie. That was the Peaches sprint. How did everybody do? Yeah, I followed the chat. We tried to set up this WhatsApp channel, and I also wrote some stuff down I need to think of or just get out of my head, stuff I need to do. So I didn't edit anything. Time flew by so quickly, but maybe I will get to it during the next sprint. I don't know why it doesn't work for Mark. I just saw because I Googled it, how to find the channel or how to subscribe to a channel on WhatsApp, and it said on a German page that WhatsApp channels aren't available yet for anyone or for everyone, not anyone, everyone. And there is a kind of waiting list you can subscribe to. I don't know. Maybe that is the reason why it's not working for you, Mark. But this would be, damn it. Because, of course, I wanted to set it up because I thought more people could follow it. But now Mark isn't able to subscribe to it. So I will have to post some pictures on Instagram then as well. I thought I could just leave Instagram out of it, but I know you are on Instagram, so I will also post there, definitely. Or I also thought maybe I can also share something on the community tab from YouTube. I will see. I will have to see how it goes while I'm there in India. I won't have a SIM card. I will be relying on my sisters and my friends' SIM cards for calls, So, but I will, of course, have internet occasionally when I will be in a hotel or something, or with the family. They have internet, obviously. So that's why I don't really know when and how I will be able to post anything. So, but I will definitely. So don't. If it's not working yet, Mark, it's okay. I will share on different places as well. And think of you. I won't forget you. Ooh, Kemi, you're learning Dutch. I realized I only had 12 minutes left to do my Dutch lessons, so that's where I am. Oh, that's interesting. I'm immediately thinking about the similarities between Dutch and German. Some stuff, especially reading it, I can figure out, but not much, obviously, but also with other languages. It's fun when I travel, for instance, to Sweden or so, or the Netherlands, then trying to figure out stuff I read everywhere. So trying to understand what they're actually saying. It's not the same when they talk. Obviously, it's more difficult. But reading, I think, is fun to try. So yeah. And what's the reason why you're learning Dutch? Are you also traveling there, or do you have family relations? Oh yeah, and Kemi shared in the chat about her elaborate character developments, and it's wow. How many characters did you say you had? Where was it? 327 characters. That's wow. Here it is. I think I've been working on character development using The Sims 4 for different series and overplanned. Tonight I'm trying to fill in the connections for the 50th of 327 characters in that world. But that's so cool. I mean, it's a lot, lots of characters, but you seem to really have a neat process for that. You shared this here with an Excel file, and I have 1 inch. Is that inch? I don't know this, but I think binders of families, one with character uniforms, work outfits, and family trees, no inbreeding, and one with all romantic pairings and offspring. Oh my god, but it's so cool. You create a whole world. That's awesome. Like, are those characters all living in one city or town? Is that how they are in the end, all connected? Or if you want to share a bit more. And you have five female leads, I see here, and five female leads and 5 male leads. So are you planning on writing like a series, where I'm just thinking of people who wrote a book series that are playing in the same town, but in the first book, maybe the main characters are different from to the second book, but they are maybe the best friends of the main characters from the first book, so that you always meet again the different kinds of characters you already read about. And now, then the next book focuses on some neighbors or best friends, that's what I'm just thinking about. Yeah, I'm very happy that 2 people subscribe to the WhatsApp channel. See, my grandparents were only grandpa left Dutch, and I always regretted not making them teach me. Yeah, but they wanted to speak privately, so none of us learn. Yeah, I think also it's very cool when you can learn from your own family. It's 6 generations, 107 years between oldest and youngest. Oh my god. Ooh, sci-fi, criminal, erotica blend currently. Oh yeah, that sounds interesting. Oh my god. 327 characters. That's I cannot even read aloud the number. 53,301 relationships. Yeah. Yeah, to be able to have this this overview, to keep that overview over all those kinds of relationships. Yeah, you really need to have a good process of that. But it seems like you have, Kemi, when you're sharing here what what files you have and everything. Yep. But the more I fill in, the easier it is to do so. Yeah, and keeping track, and yeah, it's so cool. I think this is really cool because when you then write about, like I said, the readers will really connect to the characters, and then you have this whole world of characters. I think that's where readers really get deep into a world they're reading about and connect with them. I think that's really cool. Yeah, let's see if I be able to edit during the next sprint. I don't know, this morning, probably because of dinner yesterday in the evening, and we were talking about the trip and everything that we need to think of. I'm like, my brain is like, okay, that's why I started writing down everything that I still need to do. That's why I'm a little bit distracted today. But that's okay. It always happens with me before a trip. I'm like that. I try to control everything and prepare for everything, and my brain gets an overdrive and is just focusing on the trip. And it's hard for me to focus on anything else. But I will try during the next sprint. Hooray for the control directional arrow, making jumping between Excel cells much quicker. Yeah, you probably are an Excel expert now just because you worked on all those characters. So enjoy the next sprint. Here we go. Okie dokie. That was our 15-minute sprint, and time flew by. I finally got back to editing, but also was distracted by messages from my family. My parents are also on vacation right now at the Baltic Sea. And yeah, it's I don't know, it's one of those days where I get distracted quite a lot. Yeah, how did everybody do? Like I said, I edited a little bit of a scene. Haven't finished it yet. I'll try to do so. Yeah, I'm almost halfway through this, a little bit more than half, I would say. I hope I can at least finish this one. Oh yeah, I had a look at Kemi's channel, and I saw that Kemi shares cool art stuff on her channel. And wait, I filmed everything from this last October too, but never edited the videos. I should add that to my to-do before the next challenge begins. Haha, yeah. Yeah, I just wanted to have a look at your channel. If maybe you already shared something about your character development process, and obviously I subscribed. And Kemi says, I only have 30 more connections to finish this first character, and I have gained an armful of purring Snugglebird. Seems like the cat needs some is a snuggler, Each time you're in the stream in the chat, you get some snuggles, which is good, which is nice. Let me see what else. Yeah, that's why I looked at your channel, Kemi, because Emmy was asking, I'm sorry, how do you do Excel for characters? Yeah, I can imagine that lots of people might be interested in the process. And Emmy also said, sorry, missed a lot. Been suddenly so busy this week because they randomly called me for work. We're like, can you come in tomorrow? Yeah, this, yeah. Last week you still were on the lookout and had done some interviews, and you were even thinking about not working until you moved to Canada, and now from one day to the next you are kind of thrown into the job. And you also said it was quite challenging, didn't you, somewhere up in the chat, that it's quite I don't find your comment, but I just remember you saying this. Yeah, so now Emmy is trying to do everything else she wanted to do this week. So at least it sounds like you have at least some days off. Not like James, who's working night shift 6 days a week. That's why, probably because of the stress, James has developed so many different personalities. We have the machine-human interface. And he also had Science Boy. I think I saw Science Boy before. I remember the avatar. Yeah, as long as it helps James staying awake. I mean, what did I want to say? I think the last time you had to work through like a lot of nights, I think that was also, I think it's coping mechanism for you to bring out all those characters. Science Boy also said, I get a thumbs up again. I was wondering, you probably didn't see that, but on my screen just popped up a bubble with a thumbs up again. And I was recently in a, what was it? Not Zoom, but another kind of call, like, oh yeah, I think Microsoft Teams for work. And there also suddenly bubbles came up. And the person I was on the call with saw them and thought I did something, but I didn't even touch the keyboard. So I'm really wondering what's happening here. I haven't solved this riddle yet. Epic fantasy is not meant to be world built on paleontological timescales. What do you want to say with this comment? Is this about your work? Is there so much going on? Is this such a long time frame? Or I don't know. Tell us a bit more, science boy. The cat, she owns me. And since November, she's been thrilled to have me trapped at the desk. Yeah, it feels like that. When you say you only have one hand to write because the other arm, your cat is snuggled up. So I work not too many days. That's good to hear. Bubble magic. Yeah. Did you see the bubbles? Or I think you cannot see them. I think the last times I mentioned that suddenly a bubble popped up. It's really like magic. It's a bit, especially when you don't see them, but I see them. I don't know. Maybe there's a hidden person in the chat we don't know about. Oh yeah, Kemi is explaining a bit about the Excel. I guess, yeah, I put the names down the first column, then again across the top row. Okay. Then do a guide for what each letter means in the second row. From there, I mark where the same person crosses, then fill. Okay. Then fill in, who knows who and how based off the guide. But still, with so many characters, that must look pretty cool. the Excel sheet. James is building a fantasy world where civilization re-emerges with every interglacial period. Okay, about 100k years. But oh, that's also fascinating. And now I'm wondering about the point of view. That's interesting. Yeah, I would think of well, only the reader know this, that those civilizations re-emerge because there's this long time frame. Or is there maybe a possibility that a civilization, let's say us as humans now, we would discover something that hints at that there at least has been a civilization 100k years before, so will the people or some of the people know about this? Or maybe are there myths about that? And interesting, fascinating. Yeah, definitely. How this reemergence of this shapes the societies, or does it even have any influence? I mean, that does sound cool. What if the civilization lived on? How advanced they would be? Yes. Ooh, oh yeah, see, a studious magical order is uncovering evidence. Oh yeah, that's cool. On this scale, as soon as the row is filled, I copy paste it in sections down the blank row, so I don't have to put thought into the columns as well. Yeah. As soon as the row is filled, I copy paste it in sections down the blank row. So I try to picture it. That's why I said you need to do a video. I can imagine. It's probably easier also for you to show than to explain here in the chat. But yeah, thank you for trying to show us how you're doing it. Like an Atlantis of ice. Yeah. That's a really cool idea of James. There are so many things you could that immediately pop up with this just one sentence. A fantasy world where civilization reemerges with every interglacial period. Fascinating. I think we all are more visual guided. Yeah, it's easier to understand when you actually can see it. Yeah, the first 30 characters took almost 2 hours to fill in, but it's down to an hour now. I simple fill if they know each other, then go through the careers binder and change who is a co-worker. Yeah, but even thinking about all the levels, like the career, then you also had the clothes, I think. Then yeah, the relationships as with co-workers, then if they know each other in normal life, not just work. Wow. And some members of those old societies survive, but they are in a permanent dark age. Okay, so there are survivors. There are, so to speak, connections between those societies. Or Lara Croft style artifacts and traps. Oh, yeah. Hidden. Oh, yeah. There are so many possibilities. We should all create our own stories around this. Yeah, like it's like a prompt. This would be so cool if we all would write a kind of a short story, and then we would like this. Where is it? Then we can publish it together, like a compendium of short stories about this idea. Everyone in their own style. This would be fun. By the time I get to 100, I'll be down to 30 minutes a character. And the last 100 should only take 5 to 10 minutes each. Yeah. Because you will be faster in the process, and maybe because also those will be characters that are not as much in the forefront of your stories, I'm guessing. I'll have to figure out how to capture my monitor and get non-phone video editing. Yeah, it's not as easy, isn't it, to, for instance, show the Excel? How would you do? How would you set this up? But like I said, it would be, if you want to do it. You obviously don't have to do it, but I can imagine it. I definitely would watch it and would want to see how you do it. Emmy, also the story reminds me of Civilization game we do like to play. Oh, yes, also a good idea. Take on the story from every one of James' characters or avatars, and yeah, this would personalities. Yeah, this would also be cool. Would be interesting. There are different kinds of style of writing, for instance. This is a fun idea. Yeah. So let's sprint final time. Before I go on vacation. I'm excited. I'm also sad that I won't be streaming for 2 weeks, but I'm also excited. And the good thing is, the good news, hopefully, I will be back. So, yeah, let's enjoy a final sprint. 20 minutes. Have fun. Okie dokie, that's the end of the stream, the end of this week of streaming. I will be back at the beginning of March. So I looked into the calendar. I think it's Tuesday, March the 5th that I will be back, because I will be landing in Germany again on Sunday, and I'm pretty sure I will need the Monday to recover. And so I think my first stream will be on Tuesday the 5th. So I can't wait to see you guys again. I will tell you all of my adventures and what happened. I'm very nervous and excited, and I will miss you all so much. I can't wait to be back. So thanks everyone for wishing me well, and I hope you have also a great time during those 2 weeks, and we will see each other soon. Ciao, ciao, ciao.